What's up? What's up, everybody? This is AI and me, Patrick Nochi, going live real quick. I'm just going live to talking some stuff. This was not gonna be a long live. It's gonna be a quick, short live, and I'm just talking about the channel and this channel what the channel will be looking like, especially with in terms of AI, data analytics, and all that good stuff. So this channel is still going to remain data. This channel is going to remain tech. It's still going to be tech focused, tech driven, but I'm going to do some changes. So, for instance, right now, the the channel right now, I just this live now is titled "Making Six Figures in Tech at 40." So I'm gonna go detail in terms of how to try to make six figures in tech at 40, doing what doing what I do best. I'm going to detail that journey in terms of applying, doing all that, showing my skills, doing all this. The goal is to detail that journey until I get that lucrative six figures. And depending on what six figure means to you, it could be 100, 150, 200. It could be even 80K. It might not be six figures, but it could be 80K. And the reason is I want to document this journey is to show that, hey, I'm 40. I'm Yeah, peace to everybody. I'm 40. I'm trying to get into tech at 40. And really I do not have any certifications. To be honest with you, I have no certifications. I don't have an AWS. I have no Kubernetes. I have no certifications at all. And the goal is it possible for an individual who has no certification in terms of Kubernetes, AWS, A plus, Network Plus, all that, to go from that to go from that to go from no certifications, no all that, to go from that to getting a 100K job. Is it possible? Is it feasible? No certifications, and I'm also gonna tell you the plan I have in terms of what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't have certifications, but I'm gonna try to do the lazy man way, which I've done previously in my years, the lazy method in terms of getting certifications. I have no certifications right here. I have none of my. I have no AWS, no Kubernetes, no A plus, no Network Plus, none, no certifications. I'm 40. Yeah, no certifications. Just I'm gonna be chilling in my basement, in the basement again. I love Marv. I'm gonna be in the shirt. I'm gonna use this method in terms of showing people that it's possible to actually go at any age, go into tech, get a lucrative career, and actually try. Because I really do not have any certification in AWS A plus. My resume is show no certifications. But my goal is to say, can you, or anybody at my age with no certifications, with 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 good skills, can you study, do what you need to do, and how long would that take? How long how long would that process, that my journey, take from now till, is it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years? How long would that take for me to basically get a call back and say, hey, 100K, you have 100K? There's a caveat in there. Even though I don't have any certifications, I do have skills and all that. So there's a lot of caveat in there. But but what I'm showing is the real. I have no certifications. I am 40. I do love Marvel. I do love playing video games. I spend time in the basement. But the goal is to say, is it possible? Can I at 40 do all this? Is it possible to get a 100K job, 150, 200, 500K? I mean, recently, the Women in Linux posted a job of 900K with Netflix. Can I apply for that job and get it? with no certifications, just the skills I have and what I've acquired over the years? I don't know. I'm at what, 100, 150, 200K? Is it possible? I don't know. And the path of me getting will be detailed. I will be putting videos out, 10, 20 minute, 10, maybe hopefully 10 to 15 minute quick caption videos on, hey, assessing my skills. What skills do I have? Documenting that. Who do I talk to? My my resume preparation, how I apply, how I network, how I do all this in order to say, okay, then even the application, I'll tell you what I've been applying. Some of you know I've applied to some financial industries, some financial sectors, but now I open it up to, I'm going to apply to every job that pays 100 to 200K, 100 to 500K. I'll apply everything. And at the end of the day, you follow me in that journey. Like, okay, he applied to this at this point. This is when he got his interview. This is what he did in terms of how I prepared for the interview, how we detail that in terms of the videos I post. So I came to you live in order to tell you how the channel is. I already posted some shorts out there. I will post some shorts and also post some this, telling you, hey, I'm 40 and I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt. I'm in my basement. I'm applying to jobs. Um, I don't have any certifications. Truly, I do not. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna also start looking at certifications too. You see me in the journey of, okay, what certifications I'm looking at, and I'm not gonna be like everybody else. I'm gonna load up on 20 and nah. I'm gonna do the lazy man approach in terms of certification. What certifications are going to be beneficial? I already have a plan in terms of, okay, I'm looking at certification, two certification in a year, or once or three certification tops in a year. So three certification tops in a year, maybe one certification every one, and three is going to be the highest limit. And you not using that, is it enough to basically land me a lucrative job? Is it enough? Is it enough to put me up the hill? So all this is just to tell you it's still going to be tech focused. Even with that, I'm still going to post videos on terms of data analytics, big data, AI, what jobs are lucrative out now. Because again, Netflix just posted a job 900K for an AI product manager. Did I apply for it? Definitely, I applied for it. Netflix did a job for 1.2 million. Did I apply for it? Definitely, I did apply for it. I saw some jobs on from Reddit to numerous sites that have jobs ranging from 370 to 400K. Did I apply for it? Yes, I did. So the goal is to say, hey, this is where the channel is going. It's still going to be a tech focused channel, but it's going to be not only tech in terms of where you can apply to, but also tech in terms of the journey I'm applying for. Because there's no journey in the on right now on YouTube anyway. There's no journey that says I'm this age. This is what I'm doing in terms of tech, and this is how I'm applying. And these are the results that came out of my application and what I did. There isn't any journey. Everybody just gives you uh quick synapses of, hey, I did this and I got a tech job. That's not how it really works. It takes a lot of stuff and consistency in terms and patience. You might not hear from anybody in the next 6, 7 months. You're not gonna hear from anybody from 8 months. You know, it's not going to be you applied this week, you then hear from somebody next week. You might not hear from the person in the next 2 months. They call you, hey, we saw your application. So I'm trying to give you casual economists. That's what I'm trying to do. Give you that, hey, you're not the only one that goes through this. You can apply to 50 and you might hear back from only two people that month or even the following month. So my goal is to show you that you're not the only one Hey, a job experience, not enough job experience. I'm going again. This is 100K to 80, 100K. Basically, look at some entry level jobs and all that. I'm going to apply to them. Again, I have no certification at all. I have no certification in AWS. I have no certification in Kubernetes. I have no certification at all. My goal is to say, hey, with no certification, is it possible? Is it really possible to make that kind of money? None at all. So, and I'll tell you why I chose this, the field I chose, what's why the reason I did all that, and go from there. And hold on, I'll be right. Give me 5 minutes. I need to get my battery charger. I didn't charge this. So give back. So I'm back. So I'm just what I'm trying to do. Please like the video, do comments. But what I'm trying to do is give a realistic view because a lot of people keep complaining like, "Hey, I have this skill, I have this cert, I'm applying, I'm not getting a job," and everybody keeps saying, "Just keep applying and you will see results." But sometimes I think it goes on deaf ears because after 3 4 months people say, okay, I've been applying but I'm not getting I don't think I and they quit, and that's not how it is. It's applying. So what I'll do is I'll detail hell. This is what I'll do. I'll tell you, hey, I'm applying to 10 15 jobs each month. This is no this is it's like, hey, South Dakota, hey, look, I went to New Mexico for a job. So South Dakota casual economist, I went to New Mexico. There was nothing in New Mexico. I went for New Mexico for 4 years for a job. And I did that coming from a big city and going straight to New Mexico. And I went to Albuquerque. I went to I think Santa Fe, New Mexico. There was nothing in there, but the job experience I got, the experience I got there, and what it stamped on my resume was priceless. I mean, I worked with Nobel laureate physicists and all that people who did what they did and did it at the highest level, and they taught me a lot. So the location, right? When I was younger, the location didn't matter, but now when I'm older, it does matter. I'm not going to South Dakota or Wisconsin. I already built roots in where I am, and I don't think I'll move. But when I was younger, nah. Every 3 years, I was out. I went from New Jersey to North Carolina. From North Carolina, I went to New Mexico. I went to Atlanta. I went to Augusta. I was moving when I was younger, but as I grew older, nah, that movement was paying 62K. Hey, it depends. It just depends. It depends on the experience and what you what you get from them, because I believe this is my experience. Every 3 years, you just take off. If you're not getting any, if you're not getting satisfaction in terms of job satisfaction, monetary satisfaction in your job, and you look at it every 3 years, I reevaluate. Is this job giving me what I need to get? Is this job giving me the experience I need to get? Is this job giving me what I need? And I always ask myself, if I get canned today, can I use my job when I get canned today? Can I use the job I have today to get another, the experiences and all that I have in this job? Can I use that to get and use that as an advantage to get a bigger job that pays more than what I? So I always ask my question each year, not even every each year. Said, what I did in this job this year, can I parlay that into a bigger, high-paying job that's worth more? And if it's not, I have to reevaluate what I'm doing in the job or start applying to another job. That's the truth. Your goal is to improve each year and then try to see if you can parlay that job into something bigger and better. And that's what I do. I did. I'm still doing to today. So why I came here to talk about this is because we are not telling people not only the truth but the timeline. To get a tech job is not instantaneously. Even in tech sales, it's not a genie snaps his fingers, you get a job. It doesn't work like that. It works differently. You have to be consistent in applying. You will get some interviews. You will fail some interviews. I can show you my emails on lots of no, don't you, a lot of no rejections, no thank you, no. I can show you lots and lots, and I think part of what I'll be doing is, while I'm going through the journey, is to show you, hey, these are the rejections, these are the no's. These I'll show you emails, and I'll create an email. These are all the no's that are coming out of all my application process. Do you need to stop after you see the no? No, you still continue. So I'm gonna create that process for everybody. I'm step by step by step by step process on showing you and detailing you, hey, can a 40-year-old dude in a Spider-Man t-shirt, and this is gonna be my new new load, in a Spider-Man t-shirt in the basement, applying for a six-figure job. Can I do it in tech at 40? Is it possible at 40 to get a six-figure job? I have no certification. I'm gonna start looking into getting some certifications. So I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna do. This is what it is. I'm 40 and I have no certifications in tech, especially no Network Plus, no CA, none. I have none. No certification. You can look it up. None. So none. That's, yeah. This is my new uniform. I'm gonna be doing no and chilling in the basement with a Marvel T-shirt, applying to get a six-figure job. That is my caption. At 40, at 40, six-figure, is it possible, or is it a journey? I'm going to detail that journey till I get that offer letter. Like, hey, there's 150, there's 100K, 200K, 130. Even though I get 130, and show you it's possible. My question is to inspire people. Like, hey, you can do it. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. So that's why I want to do this. It's not. It's to tell the real insights, because everybody's the tech. I mean, the tech hype is real. It's, you can get 100K, you can get this, you can do, but the tech hype on. There's a timeline to do this. There's a process to do it. Is it possible? Yes. Is there a timeline? Yes. Can it be? Is it feasible? Yes, but there is a time and probably it's not instantaneous. You're not making instant noodles, or you're not microwaving. You're not microwaving something for 20 seconds and thinking, no, it's not going to happen. It's a process. So I'm going to detail that process. I'm going to show you my failures and I'm going to show you my successes. Really, I will detail the failures. Hey, these are 20 emails from rejection pile. And remember, I applied 15. These are rejection piles. I got rejection from Netflix. I'm going to show you that because I can't show you my successes and neglect the failures. The failures are part of the success too. So I will detail that too. So I will drop videos, 10-minute videos, 15 minutes, quick videos, still short. And I'll be doing some lives here and there and trying to make sure we all get the insights because nobody's getting the insights. And everybody's easy. Like, "Oh, you can get 100K in like that." I'm like, really? Everybody can get 100K in tech like that? I wish I was. When I started, I could get 100K like that, but I knew the difficulties in it. I knew the struggles in it. And now I'm 40. I want to detail that, show you that path. Hey, and again, I'm gonna go get. I'm already have plans to get certs. I've already Googled. I'm gonna show you how I Googled the most important certs that's needed, and I'm gonna pick the certs that I think are important to the area I'm gonna, and then show you. Okay, this is the timeline I'm trying to use to get the certs while applying for a job. Because again, it has to balance out. You always need to improve. You can't just again. I'm gonna be detailed sitting in the basement. Yes, but at the same time, I have no certs, but I'm gonna try to get some certs because it is important. I'm not gonna tell you it's not. It is important. So I'm gonna detail and get in those certs. But the goal at the end of the day is show you that whole process and not give you the fabricated approach. And I'll tell you the timeline. Hey, I'm still waiting for a phone call. I'm still waiting for somebody to help a brother out. Give me that 90K. Oh, I got a 70K job offer. Whoa, I got this. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I'm gonna apply the jobs. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna tell you when I get it what I plan to do with it. So this is where the channel will still be a tech channel. I'll still talk about AI and all that good stuff. But I want to talk more in terms of how to get in this in tech industry. Also focus on the data side too. But how to get and focus why I'm doing this is to say, hey, there are other opportunities. I know people going to tech sales and all that good stuff, but also the AI side. Everybody's talking about the negative impact on AI and big data, but nobody's focusing on the negative impact. But people who are creating it are making money out of it. You can get a salary paying you 300 and $400,000 knowing how to create an algorithm. Go to go to this channel. I always say Salary Transparent. They brought a video on how most data scientists don't have a college degree. Most data scientists are self-taught. There was a video. Most data scientists are self-taught. Most data scientists come out with a music degree, go learn basic statistics, learn SQL, and then in 3 to 4 months, they're applying for a job that pays 180K. And I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing that I'm seeing a lot of people that people should be going into it more, but I'm not seeing a lot of other people going into it. So my goal is to say, hey, is it possible 100K, 150K? Yes. Can I do it? You see it. Can I fail? Will I fail? You see the failure, you see the successes. But the goal is consistency and continuing to grow on it. I'll still throw out some more shorts in terms of, hey, 40-year-old dude trying to get that 100K 6-figure job in tech. Hey, I'm in my basement with my Spider-Man t-shirt. Follow me. And again, I want to do some. What are the 4 things you need to know about 180K? That is a beautiful question because they even answered it. They give you a detail. To get a 180K job in machine learning, you just need basic machine learning. You need to learn basics. You need to learn statistics. You need to learn statistics, Python, SQL, and learn a data visualization tool, Tableau. You don't need to learn everything at once at all. You can learn it within the job. You just need to learn the basics. Get in the job, then start learning more and getting experience with that job. You don't need to know the whole library. That's one thing. It's like building a plane. You're building a plane while it's flying. That's the best analogy I'm gonna tell you. You don't need to be an expert to get 150, 140K job in machine learning, a data scientist. It's learning the basics and then building your knowledge base in the job. Going there and they ask you interview, okay, you're dealing with an outlier. How do you deal with an outlier? Oh, the two ways I can deal with an outlier. You can remove the outlier, you can keep the outlier, but you need to study the outlier too in terms of negative or there's a lot of ways. Or they ask you a question in terms of how to clean a data set, impedance using mean median, or how do you look how you don't even need to be a Python expert. I'm not a software engineer. I just know how to implement my algorithms. They ask you what algorithms do you use in terms of this kind of data set? Is it classification or regression? And most algorithms it's either those two. The only way you use a clustering algorithm is if it's an unstructured data, which you most likely won't deal with most of the time. But again, I'm too going into depth in terms of something I'm not going in depth. But you don't need that much. You need the basics. Believe me, you don't need that much. You need the four things you need is SQL, Python. I mean the basics. SQL, Python, SQL, Python, a data visualization tool, Tableau or Power BI, and statistics. You don't need that much. Believe me, you don't. And if you want to go into data analytics, you just need SQL, Python, and the basic. I mean the basic of basic in statistics. When I say the basic, I mean mean, median, mode, standard deviation. That's it. So SQL, you can just go in. You can go to Udemy for SQL. You can do anything for SQL. SQL is go to Udemy, learn some SQL, learn how to deal with the database, SQL database, learn how to query, and that's it. Don't again learn the basics. Go to the interview. Answer most interviewers, especially when you're doing they won't ask you in depth. Learn the basics, learn the SQL, basics in Python and go. Even Python now has made it easier that you can do quick analysis on Python with a few keystrokes. Then with data visualization, learn Tableau. I had to learn Tableau and Power BI. So again, these are the you don't need to be an expert again. Please don't go wasting 4 or 5 months to be an expert. Learn how it works. Learn how it works. Then when the job comes, then you apply what you know and build upon it. Nobody goes to a job thinking they're being a super expert. Nobody, even a professional job, you're not going to be a super expert. It takes you, once you go there, it takes you 2 to 3 months to understand their own systems and processes. Then bring your own knowledge and say, okay, how can I mesh it and make it symbiotic? But most of the time, nobody knows. So please, you don't need to be an expert. You just need to understand how it works and how to use it to make decisions. So I'm gonna start looking. I'm gonna again. The first thing I'm gonna do is in terms of the videos is assessing what skills I have, what I'm lacking, what I'm not lacking, how I'm gonna do all this, and how I'm gonna use that to apply for a job. How I improve my skills. How yes, SQL, Python, Tableau, and stats. Learn stats. If you want to go to machine learning, you gotta understand statistics. Believe me, machine learning is statistics, linear regression, multivariate regression, classification algorithms, decision tree, random for all that. You have to learn stats. You have to know, understand Pearson's equation, Pearson's coefficient equation. You have to understand a lot of stuff. Lasso regression. So you can't. Don't, please. I'm begging you. You can be a perfectionist. You don't do that. If you do that, you waste a lot of time and effort. Don't think you need to be. I need to know all this. I need to know how a function writes a function in Python and all. Nah, believe me. Most of the time, once they give you this, and you go to Google and say, okay, how do I write a function for this equation, and it comes out. Please believe me. Every chat GPT now is easier. So you do not, I repeat, do not think you need to be a perfectionist to apply for these jobs. You just need to understand what you understand, know how it works in the real world, and talk, know how to communicate. That's an important skill. Most of my interview turns to like laughing, like a scenario we all laugh about the problems they have, and I look at take insights into, oh, this is what you have. I solved this problem. I did this. That's what most of the time it comes in. Please do not go. PBO will tell you to. Please do not go there and think you need to know everything. So that no, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to pass everything. You don't need to know every command line in Linux or every. You don't need to know all this. You don't need to know everything and everything. You just need to understand how this works, how it plays in the company. Look at the company and say, okay, they are Microsoft. They deal with this. They deal with AI. So they have new technology in AI. How can I implement? What do I know? And how can I talk about that in terms of the interview? But please, you really do not need to be an expert. If you continue doing that path, you will never apply. You will be so scared of applying. You're like, it's not worth it. And because now you taking the pressure. You taking the pressure of I gotta be an expert. Then the next pressure is I'm not getting calls. Then the next pressure is interviews. Do you see how much pressure you're putting on yourself? Where it's not, it shouldn't be. It should be okay. This is the skills I have. While I'm waiting for an interview, I'm still going to improve my skills. I'm still going to reading. I'm still going to be studying. I'm still going to be practicing. While I'm doing that, while I'm applying, I'm still going to be looking at some certs. I'm going to be doing all that. That's what I'm going to be doing. This is my journey. While I'm applying in my basement with my Spider-Man T-shirt, I'm going to be looking at certs. I'm going to be continue studying. I'm going to be doing all that at the same time. And then I'm still going to start applying. But please do not think you need to be an expert in everything to apply. I'm not an expert in everything. I'll tell you right now, I fail. I stumble. But I know, hey, I'm gonna continue improving. I'm gonna continue doing what I do while I apply to these jobs. And then hey, then you then say, okay, I've gotten this job. Now this is where my skills are in here, and I'm gonna have to learn more. I'm gonna have to ask for more training from them. I'm gonna take in responsibilities to build that. So again, please, you don't need to be an expert. Just take the base. You started. You said this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. I understand the baseline knowledge. I understand this. I understand what I need to do to get this job. While I'm studying, I'm applying. While I'm studying, while I'm learning, I'm applying. I'm doing interviews. Then you say then when you get the job, say what I've studied so far, can it be utilized in this job? Yes, no. Is it enough? If it is not enough, can I ask the company? I need more training to be better at this job too. You don't need to make it like rocket science. That's what I'm trying to make sure people say I'm going to study for 6 7 months. I said, why? As you're studying, are you applying for a job? No. So you waiting 6 7 months and just apply. If you say, okay, I started here at baseline, I understand the baseline. It took me 2 months to understand the baseline. Cool. You understand the baseline. Good. Are you starting applying? No. Why? because I want to make sure I'm expert or I make sure I know enough. How do you know enough? Who told you you are the deciding factor that says you know enough? I don't know enough, but I apply to jobs to the point where when I get the job, I say, okay, I need my knowledge is not sufficient enough. I need more. I need you to train me to get my knowledge and sufficient enough to do this job to the best of my ability. That's it. If nobody's telling you that's how it works, this is how it works. Nobody goes in a job thinking they should know the whole process from day one. If you're doing that, man, you something else. Because I go to a job, I don't know their whole process. I don't know how it works. I don't know how my knowledge fits in theirs to make it more efficient. But once you go there and say, okay, this is how my knowledge works. I need more help in order to understand how to more training to understand how this works. I need to talk to other employees. And that's how it works. So please don't think you need to be an expert. You don't need to understand the fundamentals. Say, okay, these are the fundamentals. As a data analyst, if I want to start to apply as a data analyst, I take basic stats and say, okay, I learned in 2 weeks, I learned mean, medium, mode, standard deviation, all that. I know how to apply that. Basic. I understand the basic of SQL and the basics of data visualization. 2, 3 months, you understand that. While you've done that, now you understand the basics. You understand the basics. Start applying a job immediately. 2, 3 months, once you understand the basics, start applying the jobs. While you were applying, you're studying. You're still improving. It might take you. That's why I said that 2, 3 month threshold. Learn that basics, then start applying because it takes time for you to hear back from employers. It takes time for you to go through the interview process. So while you're going through all that process, you already learning, you're learning more, you're getting better. So now you're in the 6 month mark. You've become better. Now you've interviewed a lot. You know where the pitfalls are. So now you're doing interviews and you might be failing interviews, then you go back because now you're still studying the 3 month math. You go in interviews after 2 months, you go to interviews, they ask you questions, say, well, I don't know that. Let me study that. Now you're getting better with the interviews telling you what you need to study till you get that job. Now you get that job, you've done all the interviews, you study, and then say, okay, I don't need to train. I need to better be trained. I need more training. I need more expertise. Then after a year and a half in the job, you've now experienced. You know what you're doing. This is how it works. It doesn't work instantaneously. Please, there's a timeline, and please use that timeline to your advantage. It's to your advantage, not anybody. Your advantage. Use your timeline. Time is the most important factor. Use it to your advantage. That timeline will help you tremendously. So, my advice I usually give, if you can understand 2 months, the baseline in 2 months, basic baseline, start applying. While you're doing interviews, they will give you questions you might not know. Then you then study while you're still applying and doing other interviews. You getting better with the interviews and everything. So now you're getting better. You're not wasting time. You're getting better, 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 better till you get that job. And while you get the job, you then ask, I need more certifications. I need this training. I need to understand this. They give it to you. You apply to your job. By a year and a half, they've paid for your certifications. They're giving you real life training. They've given you all that. Then you can parlay that to a more lucrative job at the end. But the goal is in tech, you don't need to be the expert of expert. Start with what you know. Start with that baseline knowledge and build up with interviews and all that skills till you get where you want to get. It's time. It's a time game. Believe me, it's a time. So I didn't want to waste too much time in this, but this is where this channel is gonna go. I'm gonna be talking about tech, more this, talk about interviews. I'm gonna show you my own process, step by step. I'm gonna tell you what I did wrong, where I failed, because I learned from mistakes. I learn from mistakes. So you learn from my mistake. Did I take too long to do this? Am I applying too much? Did I wait? So you learn from my mistakes, and then we see at the end of the day, can can my mistakes and my own process be repeatable for everybody else? And that's the goal of this channel. It's still we're gonna delve in tech, but right now the goal is to show real life journey as again as a 40-year-old dude get into tech, get into a six-figure tech job, and is it possible? And doing it in the comfort of in the comfort of the basement, and again in the Marvel T-shirt. So this is the goal. Just trying to do this and capture that journey and make sure it's repeatable and make sure it's repeatable to everybody. Because again, failures and successes are part of life. So most people show you a lot of successes, but never detail the failures at the end. But failures are part of life, and they're the great teachers in life too. So please subscribe, do what you need to do, but just know that I'm going to coming out with videos this week. The first video I'm going to come out with is how I assess my skills. Assessment assessment of skills is important. How I assess my skills and how that basically will drive me in terms of what career path or what skill what applications I'm going to do. And then I'll detail these are the applications I'm applying each month. This is what I'm getting. These are the interviews. This is what I'm getting. Give you a timeline, and then we go from there. But the goal is to detail my journey into a six-figure tech, and I'm going to bring out some more shorts and all that. It's just to build up true expectation of what's going to happen. So this is AI and me, Patrick, signing off. But be expecting more videos from me and more shorts and more of the videos detailing the journey into tech, into a six-figure tech career. All right, PBO. Talk to you later. Peace.